Yo, what's going on, guys? DJS here. Wanted to bring you guys a video today and show you guys my actual classes. I'm finally doing this. It's been forever. I'm going to give you guys kind of an in-depth, detailed look at my nuke classes and give you guys some tips as to why I have the classes that I have set up the way that I do. So, let's go ahead and jump in. First and foremost, there's three main classes that I use to get nukes, and you guys probably recognize them. Optimus Prime, the Lion-O class, and then also Leonardo. Those are the three. The other ones are kind of just extra classes that I have available out here. But let's go ahead and jump in from the top and work our way down. So the first one, Optimus Prime. I use the M16. It's an assault rifle. I use the holographic sight for this gun. It's amazing with the M16. It is like magical when you put it on. And it can kill in one burst if you use this coupled with stopping power. So stopping power is very, very good. If you guys don't know how to get stopping power pro, you basically just have to follow the instructions or whatever for the perks. But power pro is also a plus. So the primary, M16, and then the holographic sight. The secondary I always do use is a Javelin. That's my personal preference. If you don't use a Javelin, I would go with dual Rangers. Even, I mean, to be honest, those are great. The Spaz, everybody uses the Spaz. Any of the shotguns in this game are beast mode. There's machine pistols. I also use a Raffica, but I mean, there's so many different setups you can have for this. And then for the equipment for this class, this is more of my like patient nuke. So this is one of those nukes where you just got to be patient. You can get really easy kills from long distances, close range, medium range with the M16. I throw down the Claymore if I'm going in a building to cover my back. I use stun grenades because stun grenades coupled with a Javelin is amazing, because a lot of times before I shoot the Javelin, I'll throw off a couple stuns, let me know if I actually hit something, and then by the time the Javelin touches down, sometimes it's just enough time where I can actually catch them and get a Javelin kill. So definitely nice to be able to have that. Or I throw the stuns after I shoot the Javelin, even better. But regardless, in conjunction with the Javelin, the stun grenades are wonderful. Scavenger, because Scavenger with the Javelin is necessary, as well as Claymores. It replenishes both in Modern Warfare 2, so definitely very, very useful. Stopping Power Pro, as I mentioned, Stopping Power is like the best perk in the game, and actually I'll go down and show you. So Scavenger, you can see the tier 1 perks that are available. Scavenger is the one that I use. Sleight of hand is also another great option if you don't use a Javelin and you want to. I mean, the M16 has plenty of ammo to be able to get a nuke just as is, so you could use sleight of hand to make it a little bit faster. But the M16 reloads pretty fast in my opinion. One Man Army is the only one that I don't have pro, for those that are wondering. And then also for stopping power, this is the one again with the M16. The other options again are possibly like Hardline Pro, but really for a 3-round burst gun, you really want to use stopping power. And Danger Close Pro is good for those noob tubers. Boo. Okay, so the tier 3 I use is Sit Rep Pro. Sit Rep Pro is great if you put down a Claymore, you're camping up in a building for a second, and I don't recommend camping for long periods of time, only for the fact that if you do get killed, or if you kill somebody while you're camping, they're going to revenge kill you. So if you stay in one spot too long, you can camp, but eventually you'll end up dying because somebody will kill you. But Sit Rep Pro allows you to hear enemy footsteps louder. For me, it doesn't really do much because 9 times out of 10 I don't play with headphones and I don't play with volume. Actually, I play with no volume because my wife is usually watching TV next to me. So a lot of times I get nukes, I don't have any volume. The other option that I would go for if you didn't use Sit Rep is Ninja. And Ninja makes it so basically you're quiet. Ninja Pro, excuse me, makes it so your footsteps are silent. The downside to this is if you're silent and you're being all sneaky and stuff, and then you shoot them with an M16 with a holographic with no silencer, they're going to be able to see you on the radar. So it's like it's not really, there's no point in having Ninja if they can see you on the radar, in my opinion. So that's why I go with Sit Rep. Plus you can see when they have a Claymore down and stuff like that. It shows up at red. So that's very, very helpful as well. And the last thing I use is the Death Streak. I do use Painkiller. It's kind of like the lesser of evils when you choose these things. Martyrdom sucks because you basically drop a grenade. Final Stand sucks because you lay there and it's annoying when you're trying to kill somebody and they're in Final Stand. Painkiller is one of those things that is good for me to be able to use because a lot of the times when you are being spawn trapped from people and they're noob tubing your spawn and on the high rise or wherever it might be, sometimes you can get out of those spawns with Painkiller. So worth doing it, in my opinion. That's the reason why I have it equipped in most of my classes. So that's my primary nuke class. This is probably my biggest nuke class that I use. It's definitely my go-to, my favorite one that I have out of all of them. Next one, Lino. This one is the class that basically you run around and you just cause havoc on the enemy. Basically, this is my aggressive nuke class, and the UMP-45 is an SMG. I use it silenced. In this game, the silencer does not nerf the damage of this gun. They never patched it, so you can burst fire somebody across the map with the UMP-45 in 3 shots. Pretty amazing weapon. Next up, I use the secondary of the Magnum. No homo or something. And then, so I use a tack knife for it. So this is my knifing class also. I run around with a tack knife on some of these levels. And the reason why I think it's fun to be able to do this is because if you have noob tubers and they just keep spawn trapping you, spawn killing you, I like breaking spawns. I like running after the people camping on the other side of the map, spawn tubing or whatever it is. This is my class for that. And if you're quick enough, sometimes you can outrun those noob tubes. Equipment-wise, I use Semtex in this one. Semtex in this game is dope, really, really strong and powerful. I use stun grenades on this one as well. There's a couple opening routes where if I run up and then throw a stun grenade and then throw a Semtex, sometimes I get some quads off of it, so it's worth having that setup. Perk I use Marathon Pro, unlimited sprint, and then you can climb the obstacles faster, and that is really key when you're trying to rush around, climbing through windows or over objects really, really quick. Marathon Pro is definitely a plus. Also, Lightweight Pro helps you move faster, and then also you can aim quicker like after sprinting. So definitely a great thing to have Pro, but a Lightweight with Marathon together is amazing. Next, I use Commando Pro. I don't use Ninja. Ninja would be my second one to use, but I use Commando Pro. And you can see also out of all the ones I have Pro, I don't have Last Stand Pro. But Commando Pro is the reason why is because, yes, you can increase your melee distance. So like I don't panic knife that much, but I like, so a lot of you guys actually switch to your shotguns when you're coming around corners, going through doors or whatever. I switch to my tack knife. And then I come around corners with the intent to use the knife. So for me, like, it's not a panic knife. Commando is nice. It does give you an extra lunge, but the biggest plus is there's no fall damage. And there's a lot of times I'm running around crazy, jumping off of ledges and stuff, and with no fall damage, it really makes it a great one to use. Ninja Pro is also another one that's really good because if your footsteps are silent and you're running around really fast anyway, you can be super stealth mode, especially with the silencer on the UMP-45 and the tack knife. So Commando, see, every time I try to use the Ninja Pro, I end up doing really well, getting a kill streak, and then falling off something and dying because I'm so used to having no fall damage on that class. So that's why I remain to have that. Moving on, Snake Eyes. This is a class setup that I actually haven't done anything with. I don't even know why I have a secondary of just a Ranger. Do I not have a dual Rangers set up? Yeah, I don't even have a Kimbo yet on this one. I used to have it in the past. Akimbo Rangers is a great setup. Maybe that's why I was just trying to get that back, so I'd have a backup if I wanted to use something else. But Ogbar is actually an LMG in this game. Other games like Black Ops, it was an assault rifle. And just another side note about the Ogbar, if you watch The Walking Dead, the governor, a lot of times in a lot of the scenes, he was using the Ogbar, kind of like a little side note. Kind of cool. But anyway, the Ogbar, good gun, probably the best LMG. It's more like an assault rifle than an LMG, but it's very powerful. Has a lot of bullets in it, and this is just a random one that I ended up setting up. Stopping power, sleight of hand, ninja. No reason. I don't actually use this class ever. Voltron is another class. If you guys want to see me try to attempt a nuke with this class again, let me know. I have gotten a couple sniper nukes, probably like 5 or 6, not too many of them. But this one's a fun one to use for me, honestly. Thermal sniper. I know it's lame, but I'm not a sniper, and if I'm going to hit people on Wasteland, it's fun to be able to hit them with the thermal scope. I use the PB2000 as a secondary extended mag. Claymores on this class, and I have sleight of hand. Because it's the best one for me, I think. I don't think you need extended mag to get a nuke on this one. Or not extended mag, a scavenger. Stopping power is a must, and then steady aim for the sniper thing or hold your breath longer is I guess, worth it. This is probably the other big class that I use, and this is the one that I use with Hardline Pro. So I have this setup, the ACR, which is probably the most accurate assault rifle that you can use. With a silencer, and this gun without stopping power still does a lot of damage. There's actually a lot of assault rifles that are really good that you don't need stopping power on. The ACR is one of them. I would say the TAR and the SCAR and the M4A1 are also good. But Scar for sure is very, very strong, very accurate. The Tar, not as accurate, and this is pretty close to the truth. It's not as accurate, but it's very, very high damage. And yeah, so the Tar is a good one. So for me, if I had to rank the ones that are not the M16, it would be the ACR or the Scar, and then the Tar. But the Scars is probably one of the better guns. The problem is the clip size is so small in the gun that it's not worth using. So the ACR is my go-to. With the silencer, definitely fine. It doesn't reduce the damage that much, at least in my opinion. Javelin on this class, Semtex, stun grenades. I also run, obviously, Scavenger Pro. I use Hardline instead of Stopping Power, and then this is the one where I get my nukes with 24 kills instead of 25. Definitely worth doing that. And then Ninja Pro on this one for no reason. I mean, I could use the other one, but I use Ninja Pro, and I haven't changed it, so I figured what the heck, I might as well just leave it. And the reason why, I guess, is because I do have a silencer on the ACR. I can be kind of a little bit more stealth if I want to, but I don't have the extra hearing power for sound whoring with the Sitrep Pro. But again, I don't sound whore, so this one is definitely a good one for me to use. Next up, this is my Resigs class. Now, I didn't have it as a mini Uzi. Actually, my Resigs class was the FAMAS, and I believe it was a silencer. So, and I don't even have the other camo for this one. But so this is more or less my Resigs class, and the reason why is because I saw him getting a nuke with the FAMAS and then the Raffica as a secondary, which is great because it's a 3-round burst secondary. It basically is just like the FAMAS, but a mini little pistol. But the big kicker for me was that he wasn't using Scavenger Pro. He was using Sleight of Hand. So, and that, let me change it back to that one, Sleight of Hand. So, I had to use Scavenger for the mini Uzi for whatever it was worth. But so Sleight of Hand, Stopping Power, and then Ninja Pro. He was running around like a beast, just doing work, killing people with FAMAS. And and I don't even think it was silence. Just the idea of this was I was giving him credit because I saw that he was using Sleight of Hand instead of Scavenger, and he was able to get enough kills with the FAMAS and the Raffica as a backup. So great concept and something that I like there. Random nuke attempt. I've gotten a handful of nukes with this one with the F2000. Definitely not a very good gun. High rate of fire, horrible accuracy in my opinion. But if you guys would like to see, maybe I could try to get another nuke with that one. And then the Skeletor class. This is the one where I have Cold-Blooded on. This is my kind of my backup class. This used to be the class where I had noob tubes on and rockets, just for the case where if I needed to break out tubes when they're tubing. But I don't do that anymore. I used to be able to tube back if it got to the point where I was getting killed 5 times in a row from noob tubes, I would tube back on occasion. But now this is just my Cold-Blooded class, which little tidbit for me. I've never got a nuke with Cold-Blooded, ever. Out of 360 nukes or 358 nukes or whatever, never got a Cold-Blooded nuke. So pretty crazy. Definitely wouldn't mind doing that in the future. I know I want to expand and get different nukes other than my 3 classes that I use. I've done all of them in the past. I know that those of you guys that are newer to the channel have never seen them, but I've done a nuke with every assault rifle, LMG, and SMG, and I've done some with snipers and just random ones that just. It's hard enough nowadays to get in a lobby that's not hacked, and I'll have a video showing you guys a couple different hacked lobbies that I was getting in that I just couldn't get out of. I mean, it just was ridiculous. So nowadays it gets so difficult that it is what it is, and I'm going to go ahead and just try to get a nuke any which way I can, other than obviously noob tubes and stuff. But hopefully you guys like this video. A lot of people have been asking me for a class setup video. Very detailed video, very long video, but if it's helpful for those that are just jumping on to Modern Warfare 2, and or you just want a little refresher, they don't play it, but it's like you like to actually just watch this sort of stuff. I don't know, man, it's just fun. This game is a beast to me. It's super awesome. One of my favorites, and glad to share it with you guys. Check back for the other videos. I'm going to have one of my titles and emblems. I have so many of them, it's crazy. Yeah, we'll see. There's the one I'm using right now, the Javelin and the nuke emblem. But thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you guys liked the video and it was helpful. Catch you guys later, and yeah.